Hey guys, so that's us officially back. No more pre-recorded stuff. We are parents.
Yeah, we're proper adults now.
Like we're adults. So if you hear baby coos in the background, can't really help it, guys. Can't lock him into your room while we record.
We're not gonna.
So he is beside us.
Yeah.
But we have done a live stream about this, so all the links will be down below to check out the live stream for updates and to see pictures of our newborn son.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just get into the thread. Evil Characters Anonymous. A thread to talk about evil PCs you've played, whether they're cringe or intriguing. The scum of the earth are cartoonishly evil, even if they underwent a redemption arc over the course of the story. I want to hear what you got.
Honestly, a lot of people say it's like, James, stop playing evil characters. I don't think I play evil characters.
But they just have that thing in their personality that you end up playing evil characters.
I tend to just be like, look, I play ANCAP, alright? If the gold's there, if the money's there, you know, let's be serious, most adventurers are that. Like, what are you doing out there? You're risking your life for the pursuit of gold.
Yeah, but
gold's the pursuit for most player characters, let's be serious. And like, you know, people are like, oh, okay, I'm gonna kill 10 billion bandits, but I can't do this because obviously that'll be against my moral judgment. Come on, catch yourself on. You get what I'm trying to say, though.
I'll start us off with a disgraced dry noble. Scarred mentally and physically by the influence of the far realm following an apparent suicide mission her mother sent her on. She had first plotted revenge on her family, but some communication with an eldritch abomination and a couple of warlock levels later, she switched to a more ambitious goal: total eradication of the Lothite religion.
Honestly, it's actually kind of a noble goal. Like, I know people will be like, "Oh, you can't declare jihad on certain." Let's be serious. They're evil. They're really evil. They're really evil. They're more than just. They're cartoonishly evil.
Yeah. Not out of any goodness in her heart. Of course not. She saw worship of Loth as inherently self-destructive to her people, and thought she can bring a brighter future to your people by just killing the spider once and for all. Not that she goes to stop the matriarchy, slavery, or drow supremacy though, that's just tradition. And of course her answer to eradication of the Lothites will take quite a bit of inspiration from the certain Imperium. Who's Loth going to turn to for help? Corellin?
I mean, I think she might actually be onto something.
Yeah.
If I be completely honest with you, the religion is kind of self-destructive, but... I mean, look, you're just changing one dictator for another.
Exactly,
like, you know,
that's what I'm thinking.
You know, evil's evil. You know, it's like, okay,
what outweighs evil?
Yeah.
You know...
do you want the turd sandwich? Or do you want the... what's...
Vomit stew.
Yeah.
What one?
They're both kind of bad.
I played a pirate theologian named Hammer Delane once. My pirate voice is ass, but it was fun.
Get into it, scallywags.
My typical fantasy is good people doing good things because they're good, but it's fun to be evil once in a while.
Honestly, I think that's the biggest thing. It is fun being evil.
It is fun being evil.
Sometimes you just want to...
I think that's why people, I think, who want to play evil characters play paladins, because paladins have that wrath that you can kind of be evil with it.
Let's be serious. A lot of, like, you're either going to play Captain America or you're playing Doom Guy.
Yeah,
there's no
or
in between.
Ian Paisley.
Yeah,
like, I'm just, if you don't know, you won't know.
Like.
One of the PCs was this young outlaw who was supposed to be the new squire to a paladin-esque character, but the mentor died first session. So I had Hammer put him under contract, forcibly, and took over as evil pirate mentor. It got to the point that the two of them murdered another former PC. Eventually in the future they had drifted apart because Hammer's whole thing was that he drove everyone he loved out of his life in search of a group of occult immortal figures. I wrote the setting, another player ran a short campaign in it, so he's an NPC now, and the fucker is just as much of an evil son of a bitch as he ever was, complete with emotional baggage with other characters. He's one of the most knowledgeable scholars in the setting, but he's super jaded and selfish, so it's always fun when I get to use him. My wife did art of him, I find it if I post it. Oh, I want to see if they've done art.
Is there any? No,
there's no replies.
No, I never posted the art. Honestly, that's the thing. See, when it comes to evil characters, I think they take a lot more planning, a lot more thought. Because if you don't do the plan and you don't put the thought in, and you don't they end up Saturday morning cartoons or just edgelord. Just honestly, they turn into Mary C-esque.
Exactly.
I'm doing this
people who want to play evil characters most of the time end up playing the stereotypical evil guy in like Sonic or like
yes, they play Cold Steel.
Yeah,
they essentially make Eggman from the Sonic series.
Yes,
it's dastardly evil for the sake of being evil.
Yeah,
but I feel like honestly, this is where paladins I think are great for it because they do have that code of conduct. I feel like for me, if you're gonna do evil characters, you got to do lawful evil. I know alignment system, you guys. Ugh. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at, I do feel like a code of conduct works very, very well for evil characters, and it gives you a basis to work with, because I feel like chaotic evil just turns into I'm going to be a dickhead because I feel like being a dickhead. Do you want to go stamp on babies today?
Yeah,
just for the pure bounce.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns just went out to steal candy from babies.
That's pretty much what it feels like a lot of the time.
I played a hobgoblin fighter in my last game. He was a ruthless sellsword who aspired to carve out a realm of his own, and both he and the party were forced to work together out of necessity to defeat an even greater threat. Throughout the campaign he came to, not like, but definitely respect his other companions, particularly the party paladin, who was there with him at the front lines the entire time. See, even all the evil characters get along with the paladins.
Yeah, well, they
telling you guys.
Maybe they see something of themselves within a paladin. That code of conduct. Even if it might not be the code of conduct that they subscribe to, they still can see that and appreciate it.
Yeah. Eventually the game ended with the party separating as our fates pulled us in different directions, and my hobgoblin made clear that he was aware that his path would likely put him into conflict with them at a later date. But out of mutual respect, both sides agreed to let the other go unharmed, until that day would come.
I like that. That's pretty cool. Although I do feel like hobgoblins I do really enjoy, just for the pure fact of, look, I really enjoy Klingons in Star Trek, and that's essentially what they are at this point.
Psst. Hey, lean in closer. This is fucking ASMR channel now. You know what's pretty fucking based? Titties. Go see titties. Lots of titties.
All the titties.
Go over to the website, check out all the models. You guys know the score. We have some really nice looking models over there, and we have a lot of
it's sci-fi gothic.
Yeah,
let's call them sci-fi gothic.
And if models isn't your shit, we have loads of subclasses, and we keep adding them every other week or so. We add a lot.
We got a lot.
Look, we've got big brains. We add shit. But yes, go over to the website, check out everything. If you haven't subscribed, what the fuck you doing? Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell as well, and let's get back to the video. I'm the forever GM, so I make evil NPCs. My personal favourite is Jagar. He's a hobgoblin, part of a cohort that was doing some raiding, smuggling and kidnapping in the region. The party encountered one of their patrols and managed to kill most, but Jagar offered his services in exchange for his life. While sceptical, the party decided to give it a try, since he promised to help them against his former comrades. And he proved useful. He didn't run away or betray them, and a deal was a deal after all. Jagar even managed to strike down his former commander, against whom he had a grudge. Having done well enough, the party decided to keep him around, but on probation. The thing is though, I rolled his stats after that. He had 12 strength, but my dude had 17 intelligence and 14 charisma. Oof. Jagar naturally is made to haul around their heavy shit, so he has a lot of time to spend studying scrolls. Sees his fair share of combat too. Sticks close to the wizard.
Wait, hold up. Is this a DM player character?
Yeah, it is. NPC.
Yeah, I know, but like, is it an NPC or is it a DM player character? Right, let's just keep going. Let's find out. I'm intrigued so far.
So he sticks close to the wizard. Party thinks it's to defend him better and integrate himself, which is part of it, but the other part is that he tries to memorise the spellcasting. Ooh. He recommends the wizard keep a copy of his spellbook, in case something happens to his original, which the wizard thinks is a brilliant idea. Jagar gets trusted more and more by the group. At first they think he's a bruiser, but realise he's actually pretty cunning. He knows alchemy too. Without realising it, the party stops treating him like a slave or a mule, and more like an officer. Of course Jagar wants to be the boss, but good things take time. By this point, Jagar is already a wizard, but starts talking to the PC wizard, asking about magic, trying to make it seem like he'd like to learn a trick or two. They're very pleased when it turns out he's capable of some spells, and keep thinking he's basically a fighter with a couple of spells. Jagar makes very practical suggestions to the group. He thinks in terms of unrestricted warfare. He urges the group to produce and distribute narcotics, knowing this will cause trouble with the local underworld. But he wants that conflict. They end up siding with one of the big gang against their biggest rivals. Jagar actually suggested they side with the rivalry benevolent Thieves Guild versus the gang led by the other hobgoblins, bugbearers and the like. He just didn't want proper competition. Predictably, the Thieves Guild loses a lot of members in straight up fights, but the PCs carry them through. Jagar helped, but mainly he was trying to stir shit up between factions in the Thieves Guild. This, didn't pan out the way he'd like. They figured him out and ended up sequestering him, trying to find out his plans and potential patrons. But he lets off a spell to alert the party about his situation. They end up breaking into the safe house and murdering all the thieves there. Jagar claims they were betrayed and they buy it. In the meantime, Jagar is also constantly talking shit to the party's fighter. Always shows him up when he can, using magic and secret to guarantee his success. By this point, the party leader more or less looks at Jagar as a trusted advisor and equal. It helps that she's got hots for him, but he keeps shooting her down. At this point, the party consists of a halfling druid, a Kalashtar sorcerer, and a human fighter, and a changeling artificer. Yes, this was Eberron, it was Sharn, and Boromir versus Dask. The wizard player had to drop out due to moving abroad. While normally the players took precedence, the pecking order really was sorcerer, fighter / Jagar, druid, and then artificer. I'm not quite sure how it happened, but the rivalry I was trying to cultivate with the fighter turned into a bromance and the two became good friends. Jagar also hates the artificer. He dislikes changelings, and this is the only character that can really do similar things to him, which makes him feel less secure in his position. The artificer also frequently takes the form of Jagar, which he finds supremely insulting. She knows this, but keeps doing it.
Honestly, that's something that's never really explored more. Changelings, I feel like no one should be able to trust them.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
The way that they can just mask many faces at
Who
will.
trusts changelings anyway?
I feel like
Idiots.
I feel like they should be more discriminated against.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I feel like if you're going to do them, I feel like, they should be... It's the type of thing they would keep a secret.
I don't
think changelings would be open about themselves being changelings.
Yeah, I don't think a changeling would be good. By any means.
I feel like
I do think they remind me kind of like Loki.
In
that sense, to where they can put on a front and they can act good, but really they're...
How can you trust someone that can... Having the ability to change your entire appearance
would that completely not change your goodwill?
A lot of people think that they're good because they've never been put into situations where they can do genuine evil.
Yeah.
And being a changeling gives you the access to do absolute evil anytime.
And nobody knows.
With zero repercussion.
Yeah. Let's carry on.
Yeah.
Eventually, they're robbing a bank vault. At Jagar's suggestion. The party is low on HP. They're running from an iron golem. Jagar has been conserving his spells because he's a paranoid fuck. That's when he realises the artificer is running ahead of him and nobody else is in sight. So he fireballs the artificer, killing her. He makes a point of trying to run with the body and lies to the group that some contingency traps were triggered. Out of character, they know what happened, and they try to metagame the fuck out of it. But they just don't roll well enough to see through his lie. The artificer gets resurrected, but can't keep in character and out of character separate, and she flat out declares that it was Jagar who killed her. There's a big shit show. The party actually believe her, but basically go, don't antagonize him anymore. That night, the artificer writes a note and sneaks away, stealing the party's airship and a chunk of their treasure. In the note, it says, I'm going to cause all sorts of shit while looking like you, Jagar. I'm going to wear your face and murder people.
This is a perfect example of why changelings cannot be trusted. Because, again, they can do pretty much whatever they want and get away scot-free. And I feel like, again, you know,
and they know it.
A lot of people just have never been put into situations where they can do.
As far as they know.
Well, yeah. Well, look at people at rats. You know, like Northern Ireland, pretty famous for rats. Happens every year like clockwork.
Yeah, every year.
But, you know, people be like, oh, I would never throw a petrol bomb at the police. But then it happened. But then, you know, you put them in the situation and, like, you know, yet they continue to
do it.
So. I feel like a lot of people just have never been put in that situation where you can't actually do anything that bad because you've never had the opportunity to do anything that bad.
Just the previous session, though, the party obtained an orb of scrying, and they've been living in the same place for months. So Jagar has the druid find some hairs belonging to the changeling, and easily tracks her. The party goes forth to get their airship back and the treasure the artificer took. The player has already left the game, so it's not really PvP.
I feel like definitely the changeling took a thick slap.
Now, with their ship back and a huge sum of money, and the banking house after them, Jagar presents everyone with these pendants that have a ruby in them, carved with their symbol, and the sun carved into it. They're concealed magic items, a special kind of spellbook containing all of Jagar's spells. He can also use them to scry and to find them if necessary. We more or less end the game as they sail for the east to become Sky Pirate Kings.
I like him. I think Jagar's a cool interpretation. However, I do feel like he's a bit of a DM player character to a certain extent.
Yeah. Somebody replied back to this, said this is a thread for evil PCs, not how cool your so clever DM player character is.
I mean, his DM player character is pretty cool. I think his DM player character is cool, but he is still a DM player character, and I can understand the changeling for being like, fuck you guys, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like if I was killed by Jagar, I feel like I would just load up a new character and go into some backstory about, fuck hobgoblins, Jagar, I'm coming for you, I'm gonna fuck your day up, you just wait for it. And also, he said he was gonna go off and murder people. Can he not have like a one-on-one game with the DM? Maybe, and like, you know, maybe they could work together, unless the DM is a metagaming dickhead. You know, then maybe it wouldn't work. But I feel like the DM would be into that.
Yeah.
And, you know, just a one-on-one game, and it's like you're going to go off. How much chaos and destruction are you going to be able to sow? I think it would be a lot of fun. Yeah. So, what have we learned from this thread? First off, it's safe to say, if you're going to be evil, at least, you know, try and do lawful evil. I feel like lawful evil is... I feel like it's better. I feel like there's more to it. I feel like you're not going to end up like that comedy Saturday morning cartoon, twirling mustache. Oh, bastard! You might as well just call yourself Bastard Man if you're playing a chaotic evil, because you're just being a bastard for the sake of being a bastard. Yeah. Whereas at least lawful evil, I can see someone who actually maybe wants to do good, or they're just doing it in a way that a lot of people would highly disapprove of. Also, if you want to be super evil, make a DM player character, because that's pretty fucking evil.
Kind of dickish as well sometimes.
I think it's pretty funny. The guy straight up killed the guy's character just because he felt like it. Well, honestly, I think he was doing a good job, but a DM player character is a DM player character is a DM player character. Exactly. So what else can you really say about that?
But if you like this thread, there's plenty more of it, so we could do a part 2.
Yeah, if you're into it. Also, we've been working on a lot of stuff. We have a lot of subclasses up for sale.
A lot.
And we also have a lot of models. If you didn't know, they've got titties. Megan, did you know our models actually have big fat titties on them?
No way.
Yes.
Titties?
So, titties, yeah, exactly. So, like, you know, the only place where we can get them is, like, you know, if you check the next time below, you know.
Yeah, neckbeardia.co.uk. Go and check it out.
But, like, yeah, that's us. So it is. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.